I'll be telling you about how to get good marks in exam. Now, this is a main question asked by all the students, those who have taught till now, and the student which I'm teaching currently also. That, ma'am, how can we get good marks? So it's very easy to get good marks. Just you have to think in a right direction. Now, what is that direction? That's what I would be telling in this video. That in order to get good marks, first of all, you must see the question paper and the marks weightage it is carrying. Suppose if I talk about the current sessional would be going on in our college. So it is of 30 marks. The question paper has been divided. Maximum marks is 30 marks. And it would be very short questions. 5 questions of 2 marks each. And then it would be question number 2 for, you know, uh, 3 questions of 5 marks each. And any 2 you have to do. And then the last third question, that is very long question. And that would be out of 2 any one you have to do, and that would be of 10 marks each. Fine. So first of all, you should always see the marks weightage. The question which is having a lot of marks weightage, like the in case of this paper, section C is carrying 10 marks. Out of 30, 10 is to section C only. So what you have to do is you attempt that section first, that question first, then go to section B, which has 5 marks each, and then to 2 marks question. So your attempting of the paper should be like that. And secondly, how to attempt it? Like if a 10 marks question, you are seeing 2 questions. One question is having a lot of diagrams or kind of flow charts or something is there. In other question, it is purely theoretical, nothing, no diagram required, nothing as such required. So you must always attempt those questions which is having diagrams, because that gives you good marks. Because a teacher always, mostly what teachers do is, when they see a neat and clean diagram with the theory also there, so you are, in comparison to a person who is just writing the theory, you get good marks, better marks, in comparison to the without diagram question, right? So you must always attempt the question which is having a lot of diagram or flowchart or any kind of dramatical things. Fine, without diagrams it's representing. So that will take less time also for you to attempt it, and it will give you more marks. Third thing I would suggest is that you should write very neatly and cleanly without any cuttings. Your paper should be attempted like neat and clean and well presented. Your paper should be, because it gives a very good impression to the examiner when he or she checks your paper, that actually it shows a confidence level. If you are pretty confident in attempting the paper, you would be attempting in a very neat handwriting and in very clear and without any if you are confused, you would be doing a lot of cuttings and everything. That is something psychological. It gives an indirect signal that this student is confused if a lot of cuttings is there. So try to make your paper very in very good handwriting. You write it, and without any cuttings and something like that, so it will give a good marks for sure. And of course the content matter. It doesn't matter that you write whatever. The content do matter, but it should be presentable, the content. Then only the examiner would try to read it out also. Fine. Then fourth thing I would suggest is use at least 2 pens. One is black and one is blue. Some of the university, it says that only 1 pen required. That is something else. In that also you can, your headings you should write in double lines. That ways you should make it bold ways, like that, make it presentable. And if your colored pen are allowed, I'm not saying that use a lot of color pens. It would look very awkward. Too much is very awkward. But yes, one colored pen, sparkle pen, or you can say, apart from black and blue, you just underline it. That's it. At the end of the paper, when you do it with the sparkle pen, it will give that grace, it will give that extra benefit that will automatically any examiner can give you. That depends on the teacher to teacher, but I have noticed in my career that when I used to do something like that, teachers usually give good marks. So that's all tips for getting good marks in exam. And of course, your hard work and your study is very important. Studying is very important. So one more thing, when you get a syllabus of you know every subject has a syllabus, right? In syllabus some topics are written, so make sure you know every topic of your syllabus, and try to write and make so much of content in that topic that if it comes in 10 marks you are able to attempt it very well. So this is how some tips to get good marks in exam. I hope you like the video. Thank you and all the best for your exams. Thank you.